Peace. This is Seafood Will of Virginia Beach Wing Chun. Last week, Seafood Weber gave us a great breakdown of Pak Sao. Next week, he's going to break down Lap Sao. Pak Sao is slappy hand, Lap Sao is pulling hand. All right, today, I'm going to go over Gan Sao. Gan Sao is chopping hand. And more specifically, I'm going to do Gan Sao Go Back. Because one of the biggest mistakes that people make, and even when you really know how to do the techniques, something that we tend to shortcut sometimes is our side step back. So today I'm gonna break down Gan Sao Go Back and Sao Go Forward. And I wanna break it into two different pieces. I wanna focus on the footwork because I wanna make sure your horse is good, that you have a good angle and a good structure. And then I'm gonna show you how to do the hands. And the same thing for Sao Go Forward. For Gan Sao Go Back and Sao Go Forward, you want to have a good knowledge of turning your horse, because you got to learn how to turn with your hips, as well as stepping back and stepping forward. So imagine that attack is coming to your right side, and you want to evade that attack. Whether it's a straight jab, whether it's a hook, it doesn't matter. What's going to happen is that you want to move back at an angle to get away from it. And you'll notice that when I step back, I'm turning my horse and I'm facing whatever that attack may be. And then when I want to go the opposite direction, let's say the attack is now coming from my left side, I'm going to push off on my back leg and turn my hips 45 degrees, moving back. And now I'm facing that threat again. So for the Sao Go Forward, let's imagine the same type of scenario. The strike is coming back on my right side. But for the Sao Go Forward, I'm no longer going to be evading. Now I'm going to go into the attack. So now I gotta face the angle of the attack. And you'll notice that the difference is that now, where this line is at, I'm facing outboard of that line instead of facing inboard towards it. And when I step across, I'm doing just that. I'm stepping across the line and I'm facing outboard going into that next attack. So for Gan Sao Go Back and Sao Go Forward, practice this a lot to get a feel of the footwork, moving back at an angle. Move back, turn 45 degrees. And then you go back a few times, go forward. And turn back outboard, away from the line, face a threat. Keep practicing this until you get a feel of it, and then we're gonna add the hands to it next. So after you've understood how to step with the horse, let's add in the hands. One exercise you can do to prepare for this is just simple Gan Sao chop, turning your horse. So to get you started, just turn to one side. So you raise your hands up, one arm's gonna go above your head at a 45-degree angle, and the other one's gonna be flush through the floor, almost like you're making a triangle. When you turn your horse, you're gonna pull both your elbows down as you chop. If you get a feel of this chopping action, we're gonna add this to the stepping. And for beginning, I'm going to start with my hands up, just so I can have a little bit of preparatory. And whatever side your hand is up on, that's the side you're going to go back on. Because you're creating an open space. You got to think strategy. Because this Gan Sao Go Back is against either a straight jab or a hook. But in this scenario, we're going to visualize it as a hook. So I'm going to raise my hand up, and I'm going to visualize the hook is coming in. Somebody's stepping in towards me, so I got to move back. I don't have enough space to play around, so I got to actually move back. That's what the side step is all about. And I'm going to get off the center line to create more space between me and the person that's attacking me. So as I raise my hand up to get ready for the exercise, I do the same thing. I step back and I drop my arms. To go the opposite way, I just reset my hands and I bring my arms down as I step and I turn at the same time. So I'm using multiple forces as I'm doing this. I'm stepping, turning, and putting my Gan Sao down. And when I'm ready and I can't go back any further, I want to do Sao Forward. So I just reset my hands. So I'm from here, reset my hands. So I'm going to bring my Sao up. And as I step forward, I'm bringing my Sao down because again, the hook is coming from the outside. And I want to punch at the same time. And I reset my hands. Again, I'm imagining the hook is coming from this angle. So I'm going to bring my hand up and move into it. I want to take the space away. Gan Sao Go Back is you try to get more space. You try to get out of the way But Gan Sao Go Forward, and you're trying to steal the space away from the person. So again, I want to cover myself, and I want to move into it. I want to steal that space away from them as I'm attacking it. Because when the person comes with their hook, I'm trying to attack that hook as well as using my force, my body, to move into them with the punch at the same time. So one more time, I'm going to do it again for you. Practice this technique, and like everything that we always go over, break it down to the lowest common denominator. Work on the footwork, work on turning your horse, work on just simply doing your Gan Sao, work on simply doing your Chun Sao, and then add everything together. When you're practicing Wing Chun, always think strategy. The strategy behind Gan Sao Go Back is to evade. You want to be able to move back and to the side of the angle. Because if I just move straight back, then I'm still in line for another attack. If I just move straight to the side, then I'm still within range of the attack. So I want to move back and at an angle. And I want to get off of that center line where the person's moving in at. And in addition to that is I want to add a chop. Because I'm also adding more space and I'm attacking when I'm moving back. So that's the idea behind the Gan Sao Go Back. And then for the Sao Go Forward, you want to steal the space away from the person. You want to attack their arm when they throw their hook before they even finish throwing the hook and move in on them. So have that in mind whenever you're practicing. Don't just practice for the sake of practicing. Always have some kind of strategy in mind. Think about the position that the opponent is in. Everything we do is for a reason. Sifu Edwin and I are going to be doing weekly uploads. So stay tuned next week for the lopsided video. And thank you for watching. Peace.